Venturing into this darkness was folly, and you knew it. But you went anyway, the promise of riches and glory seducing you and your companions. A hardened band of adventurers, or so you thought. The collapsed tunnel left you trapped. The monsters were ready and waiting. It was not a battle. It was a massacre. You were wounded, severely enough that your assailants didn't bother with a killing blow. They murdered your friends and took your possessions, but they didn't kill you. Big mistake. Teeth clenched, you patch up your wounds as best you can. A desire for revenge is smoldering inside of you. There will be a price for the blood they spilled. You have nothing left to lose as you struggle to free yourself from this cursed place. You stand up, wounded, lost, desperate. Your spirit, however, is unbroken. Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we're going to start a solo playthrough of Unbroken, published by Ultima Games and designed by Artem Safarov. This is a game currently seeking funding on Kickstarter. I will put a link in the description below of where you can go to check it out. The game is a lot of fun. It's really quick. You're going to be delving into this dungeon trying to defeat some enemies to get yourself out and level up in the process. Now, there are some fantastic playthroughs already out there. Check out Rolling Solo. He does a great solo setup and a solo playthrough, as well as Liz from Beyond Solitaire. She also does a solo playthrough. Check it out. I'll put links to those also in the description. You can see they choose different heroes. They'll probably choose different things than I did, so you guys can see it. In this video, I plan to do a setup, which is really quick, and then we're going to do at least the first 2 levels, assuming I don't die. And then if I don't die, we'll end with the last 2 monsters. Let's get going. First thing I want to mention right off the bat is everything you're seeing right now is print and play. None of it is the actual final version, so make sure to check out the Kickstarter page to see what that's going to look like. And of course, if you're watching this after you've received your copy, yeah, it might look a little different than this. For this playthrough, I have chosen the Huntress. We have these special abilities, which I'll talk about as we go through the playthrough. We also want to place a marker here on this one spot to show in the first round, we'll be able to use one of these abilities one time. But as we go through the dungeon, we will level this up to 2, 3, and 4. And in that final one, we can use our abilities up to 4 times, which is really great. We also start with a weapon. Our weapon is, hey, our bare hands, because if you listen to that description, they stole all of our weapons. So we don't have anything but our bare hands. There's 3 different decks of cards in this game: your encounter deck, your skill deck, and your condition deck. Now the condition deck can be face up because as you gain conditions, you'll just grab the one that's appropriate. But your skill and encounter deck, make sure to shuffle them up and you're ready to go. Next, you want to set up the 2 different tracker boards you're going to use. This one is going to track our time as well as our monster stats. And over here, we have our resource tracker, our effort tracker, and then within our effort tracker, there's the 3 different types of effort: small, medium, and large. We'll start with 13 small effort. Everything else, all of our other resources are at 0. The monsters, we don't have any yet that we've encountered. And we'll start our time tracker at 1. Right here, you can see that little 1 icon because this is our first encounter. The next encounter will be at 2, and then 3, and then 4. You'll also want to have handy your general actions here. This is what you can do as general actions throughout the game, and it lets you know, okay, if I spend this amount of a resource, I will gain these benefits. And you'll see how that works in the playthrough. Throughout the game, you may be able to upgrade your weapon. These are all the different type of weapons that you can upgrade, so just keep those off to the side, and hopefully you'll be able to use at least one of them. Also, you'll have your monster cards, and you'll just keep these also off to the side, and when these come out and come into play, you'll roll a die to determine which one is spawned, and that's the one that you're going to go against. But once again, these will just be at the side. We'll use them during the playthrough. And that's the setup. Nice and quick. I love that for these types of solo games. You can jump right into them. So let's start. To begin the game, you'll start in the travel phase. In the travel phase, there's 3 steps that you'll go through over and over again until you decide to encounter the monster or that monster ambushes you. So the first step is the preparation step. Here, we can do as many general actions as we want. One of the first ones that I find the most helpful at the beginning is called a scout. This will allow us to reveal the monster that we're going to encounter at the end of our travel phase. So in order to do that, we need to spend 1 small effort and 1 time. So let's do that. Spending 1 small effort is not a huge deal. We'll just go from 13 to 12 and we'll move down to 6 time. Now, why the time is important is if ever we get down to 0 time during this preparation step, we get ambushed by the monster. Every monster will have a different ambush effect, so that will happen if we let the time go to 0. Also, why effort matters. If ever you get to 0 effort and you need to pay another additional effort and you can't, you die by exhaustion. Either it's by, it's through fighting, or it might be because you didn't get to eat during the hunger step of the game. So these are all resources that you need to manage. But right now, we're okay. We've only spent 1 time and 1 of our effort. Let's go and see what monster we're going to reveal. You determine what monster you're going to encounter by rolling a d6. And we rolled a 4. We have scouted out a kobold. Now here's the thing. We're not encountering this kobold yet. We simply have scouted it out, and I'm just going to walk you through the different things on this card quick. Up here in the top portion of this monster sheet, we see the health of the kobold. It's going to be 3. The ambush effect, if we run out of time during the preparation step or the travel step, we would have the ambush. Kobold ignores your first attack. Ooh. Trickery is kind of cool. When you encounter this kobold, before actually attacking, you can instead try and trick the kobold. You can do that by spending here 1 wood or 1 metal. If you do that, you totally avoid having the encounter with the kobold. The only catch is then you don't get the reward. On this part of the monster sheet, first of all, you can see they are a level 1 enemy. Up here it says a special ability. If you have any wood or metal, the kobold attacks once before combat and gains +1 to all combat rolls. Whew. When this kobold attacks, you'll roll a d6, and then depending upon what you roll, these effects will be applied. If you defeat the kobold, you will gain 1 cunning, 1 metal, and 2 minor effort. So now that we've completed our scouting, we can decide if we want to do any other general actions. I don't think we want to right now. So then what we move to is the decision step. In this decision step, we can decide if we want to encounter that kobold. If we did right now, we would have no ambushing. We could try and trick the kobold, or we just go straight into attacking him. Well, I'm certainly not ready. All I've got is my bare hands, okay? And I've got just a little bit of small effort. I need a little more than that. So instead, we're going to move to the exploration step. And this is where we get to draw encounter cards. In general, you'll always reveal 2 encounter cards and use 1 of the 2 that you have drawn. What we'll do is we'll reveal our 2 encounter cards. We'll start with this one. We have, this will cost us 4 time, and we can spend 1 effort to gain 2 metal. That's a pretty hefty price because we only have 6 time left. 4 out of the 6 would mean that's probably all that we're going to be able to do. So that's going to be rough. Or we have a bed of moss. We could spend 1 a medium effort. So you've got small, medium, and large effort. So we could spend 1 medium effort and gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small effort. That's not bad. But the problem is I don't really want to do that either. Well, I can't. I don't have any medium effort. The cost is only 1 time though. Man. Okay. So between these 2, what we can do is rest. We can always choose to rest. So we pick one of these 2 encounter cards. I'm going to pick the Bed of Moss, and I'm just going to simply use that as a rest action. When we rest, we gain a small effort equal to whatever the time value is here, but we also have to spend the time. So I'm going to spend 1 time and gain 1 small effort. We'll move down to 5 time, but we'll go back up to 13 for our small effort. Now, after that, we go back to the preparation step, and we could choose any of these general actions again that we would want to. I still don't think we want to use any of those, so we're going to jump right back to the exploration step and draw 2 more encounter cards. Let's see what we find. So we have Catching a Breath. Spend 1 time and simply just gain 2 small effort. Not bad. Or we have Secluded Crevice. Spend 1 wood and gain 4 small effort. Don't have any wood, so it's going to be this one. And we're definitely going to spend 1 time and gain 2 small effort. We'll move our time tracker down to 4, and we'll go up to 15 small effort. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a general action, and we're going to spend 4 small effort to be able to gain 1 medium effort. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and move this up 1, just in case something comes up and we need medium effort. Here's the thing. With small, medium, and large effort, Let's say I run out of small effort, I can always use medium or large effort for one small effort. It's just very costly. So you don't want to have to do that. So you don't want to convert too much of your small effort to the medium and large, but having one, I still think that's a good idea. We still have 4 time left, so during the decision step, we're not going to encounter the kobold yet. Let's just simply reveal our next 2 encounter cards. We have Gathering Strength. That's going to spend 2 time, but we get a medium effort, which I like. Or we have, I'll have to shuffle that one in, sorry guys. We have Hunger Pains. We'd have to spend 1 food to get 1 major effort and 1 small effort. We don't have any food though, and that would cost us 2 time. So I think we're just going to cost 2 time and get 1 medium effort. Let's spend the 2 time. We'll go down to 2, and we'll get another medium effort. This is not bad. 3 medium effort. The only thing is we're not getting any resources, and we definitely need some food, because at the end of this round, we need food to eat. Otherwise, we're going to lose small effort. Granted, we are playing the Huntress. The Huntress has an ability that we can spend 2 small effort to simply gain some food, and we can do that as a travel action, so during our travel phase. Or we could do Subsist. Once per hunger phase, reduce your food requirement by 1. If we do that, we lose 1 time. But then we don't gain the benefit of if we eat food during that or the rest phase where we need to eat, or we call it the hunger step, we don't get to gain effort back. Here's the thing though, if I spend 2 effort to gain 1 food, during the hunger step, I gain 1 effort for every food I eat. So I'm still netting a loss here. This one isn't nearly as bad because once per hunger step, reduce the cost by 1, we just lose 1 time. So I'm kind of thinking of using this. I could, though, use this as a travel action, Lay of the Land. Look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, and then I know what's coming. I think levels 2 through 4, that'll be nice, but for level 1, I want to be able to for sure have enough food, so I'm going to save that special ability for one of these 2. I think instead, with 2 time left, we're going to go back to the encountering and explore a little more. Now, this is a little bit risky, and that's just because if we only draw encounters that are 2 or more time, we're going to get ambushed. So let's see what our first one is. We have the Step Ledge. Spend 2 effort to gain 2 cunning, but that costs 3. We definitely don't want to do that. I mean, we can't. We don't have that much time. Okay, here's a 1-timer. Good. Spend 1 small effort to gain 1 cunning. Definitely doing the Abandoned Hovel. We'll spend the 1 time, and we'll gain ourselves 1 cunning. Okay, at this point, I do not want to do any more exploration. So during the preparation step, I'm not going to do anything, and then through the decision step, I'm going to decide to encounter the kobold. The first thing that happens during the combat phase is step 1, ambush step. Well, don't have to worry about that. We're not going to be ambushed. What we will do, though, is reset our time tracker. You'll always reset it to 1 higher than the level of the monster. So the monster's a level 1, we'll start it at level 2. Now, the quicker we defeat this enemy, the more time we'll have to explore next round and hopefully level ourselves up. Now we move to the trickery step, and we would see if we'd want to just trick this kobold instead of trying to attack him. Definitely don't want to do that. I don't have any wood or metal. I didn't find anything that I could do that, gain some of that with. So can't do the trickery step. Let's move on. Now we'll move into the battle step. The first thing we do is we look at this special ability. Does it come into play? No, we don't have any wood or any metal, so the kobold doesn't get to attack first and doesn't get +1 on his combat rolls. Generally, as long as we're not ambushed, we get to go first. So let's attack this kobold. The kobold only has 3 health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the tracker at 3, and once it gets reduced down to 0, we have defeated the kobold. The kobold has no armor, so we don't have to worry about that. So right now, all that we can do is use our bare hands. We haven't found any weapons yet. So what we can do is use a major effort and destroy 1 armor. He has no armor, don't worry about it. We could use 2 small efforts and do 1 damage to the kobold. Or we could use 2 medium efforts to do 3 points of damage. That would kill that kobold outright. And I think that's what I'm going to do because we actually have 2 medium efforts. Let's use it. We'll spend the 2 medium effort, and in 1 shot, this kobold is toast. That is an awesome huntress. Wow, she must have a really good left or right jab. We can now gain the rewards down here. So first of all, we get 1 cunning, we get 1 metal, which is great, and we get 2 minor or small effort. So yeah, we had to spend 2 medium effort, but man, we still got 2 small effort back, some wood and some cunning, and we one-shotted them, so it couldn't do anything to us. I think that's worth it. Now that we just defeated that kobold, we'll move to the hunger step. You must eat food equal to the level of the monster that you just defeated. So we need to eat 1 food, and we don't have a food. But what we can do is, once per hunger step, reduce our food requirement by 1. So we're definitely going to do that. We're going to use our special ability. That's going to reduce the cost or the food that we need by 1, but we're going to have to lose 1 time. For every food that you do not eat, you'll lose a small effort. Think of it this way. The first food that you do not eat, you lose 1 small effort. For the second food you don't eat, you lose 2 more effort, and it keeps going up. So it can get really bad as you get to the level 4. So we're really going to need to find some food this round. Conversely, if you do eat food, you gain 1 small effort for every food you eat. There's 1 step in the reward step I forgot to do, and that is gain our skill upgrade. So we get to draw 2 of these and pick 1. Our first skill will be Shadow. Ignore all worn effects in combat. Ignore time cost of scouting. Gain 1 effort when scouting. Whoa! I kind of like that. Okay. Or we have Perfect Memory. Once per level, you may take an encounter card of your choice from the discard pile instead of drawing from the top of the deck when exploring. Both of these look pretty cool, but I love the Shadow. We get to gain small effort while scouting. So we get to know what's coming, we get to gain small effort, and we don't have to use the time. Yeah, doing that. We have now completed round 1. To start round 2, we get to refresh our special abilities. And because we're now in round 2, we're a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter, so we can use 2 of our special abilities here. To start round 2, we'll move back into the travel phase. And I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to scout. Because guess what? We have to spend 2 small effort, but because of our shadow ability, we'll gain 1 back, and we don't have to spend any time. Let's see what we're going to encounter. Let's give our die a roll. And we have a 2. Oh boy, we have for ourselves a cave bear. This cave bear will have 5 health. If we use up all of our time and he ambushes us, we're going to lose 1 food and 3 of our small effort. We could trick him with 2 food if we wanted. The special here is the cave bear is going to attack after being defeated. Now, something that's awesome is, you see this? We don't have to worry about food. We're going to be able to get food as a reward if we defeat this cave bear. And 2 medium efforts. Nice. So now I've completed our preparation step. I don't think I want to do any other general actions. I'm going to go right into the encounter phase. Let's draw some encounters. We're going to find, spend nothing and do a clever scheme and gain cunning, only spending 2 time. Or we have, makeshift shelter. I need to get some wood, but that's not going to work. We don't have any wood, so let's spend 2 time and gain another cunning. We'll move down to 9 time, and we'll go to 3 cunning. Let's go ahead and do another encounter. So we have spend 3 time and gain 4 small effort. I think that's awesome. Or spend 1 metal and gain a medium effort and 2 small effort. Oh, and the time cost is only 1. I still like this. I love the small effort because we can convert it into a lot of different things. So let's do the small effort. This will cost us 3 time, 1, 2, 3, but we get to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 in small effort. Then what I think we're going to do is a general action and spend 1, 2, 3, 4 small effort to gain a medium effort. Next, I think we're going to upgrade our weapon. So right now with our bare hands, we can do an upgrade to a knife as long as we spend 1 metal, 1 medium effort, and 2 time. We'll move our time down to 4, and our medium effort down to 0, and our metal down to 0. We can now discard the bare hands weapon as we'll be using the knife, but I just want to show you the differences here. So you can see, in order to get rid of the armor of an enemy, we would have to have used a 1 major effort. Here we now just have to use a small effort and a little bit of cunning. But my favorite is here. Look at 5 points of damage, 1 major effort, 1 cunning, and 1 small effort. That could one-shot the cave bear. So I think that's what I'm going to aim at doing. And lastly, we can upgrade either to a sword or a spear by getting these resources. So that's the other thing I'm going to be looking for. Moving back into the preparation step, I think I'm going to do a couple focus actions. I'm going to use 8 of my 12 small effort to gain 2 medium efforts. Then I'm going to spend and do my inspiration action, spend 2 medium efforts to gain 1 major effort. Yes, because now with 1 major and then the small effort and all the cunning that I have, I can take out that bear with 1 hit. Also, I think I'm going to do my travel action here, Lay of the Land. Look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. So I'm going to discard this, and I get to look at the top 5 cards so I know what's coming. We have either, spend 1 time plus 3 on the next exploration. That's okay, not great. And we have 2 time, to gain 1 a medium effort. We also have spend 1 treasure. We don't have any treasure. We have for this one, spend 1 metal. I don't have any metal. Jeez, I just need something to get us some wood. Oh, here we go. Spend 1 small effort to gain 3 wood. That would be awesome. But do you see that's 4 time? We only have 4 time left. So I want to make sure to get to that next time when I have some more time. Because we're going to have plenty of time if we take out that cave bear right away. So just so I remember, the next 2 I'm going to draw are these ones. I'll definitely want to do that one. And then I'll have 2 time left. So that's going to be it. I'm just going to do 1 more encounter phase. So what the heck? Let's do it. So we're definitely not going to do this one. But we are going to do this one. Spend 2 time and gain a medium effort. I will definitely take this. 2 time and 1 medium. Now let's go on and take out that cave bear. So this cave bear is a level 2 enemy, so we'll move ourselves to the 3rd spot for time. And that is definitely the 4th column. There we go. 3rd spot for time. Then we look to see, 5 health. So on this tracker, we would put ourselves up to 5. No armor on a cave bear, which makes thematic sense. And the special is just that it'll attack on the turn that it's being defeated. So it's going to at least get 1 hit on me this time, but I'm hoping that's it. Both the ambush and trickery cannot come into play because I don't have any food to trick him, and he's not going to ambush me because I had time left before I started to encounter him. So what I'm simply going to do is use 1 major effort, 1 cunning, and 1 small effort to do 5 points of damage, and that takes out the cave bear. However, the cave bear will still get 1 shot at me. Rolls a 2. A 2 is not bad at all. Simply, we're going to lose 1 small effort. We'll move from 3 down to 2. We're getting kind of low. With that, though, we just defeated the cave bear, and we're going to gain ourselves 3 food and 2 minor effort, or medium effort. Yes! Okay, now we're going to draw a new skill. We'll draw 2 and get to keep 1. So we have Wrecker. Ignore all defend effects in combat. Once per turn, if your attack breaks any armor, you may immediately make another attack. Ooh, I like that. So these higher enemies are most likely going to have armor, so that could be helpful. Or we have Daring. At the beginning of each combat, unless ambush, gain a small effort equal to the current level. Whoa, so we've got 3 and 4, so we'd gain 3 or 4 small effort. Oh, geez, which one do I want? I don't know. I really like this Wrecker ability, being able to attack twice, so let's take this one. I'm bummed about the Daring, though. That's cool, but let's take Wrecker. Now we'll move to the Hunger step. Normally, we would need to eat 2 food, but I'm going to use the Huntress's ability to lose 1 time, and we have to eat 1 less. Since we didn't use any time in that combat, we're going to still have 15 time, which is awesome. And then we'll simply eat 1 food, go down to 2, and we gain 1 small effort. Yeah. Okay, that's going to end round 2. I think I'm going to call this video here, and we'll finish up in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope you guys check out this Kickstarter. It's a really fun solo game. I will see you at the next stop.